16th one. Let A is equal to set 1, 2, 3. Then the number of relations containing 1, 2 and 1, 3, which are reflexive. So the thing or the R which you have to make, the relation which you have to make should be reflexive, symmetric, but not transitive. Okay. So how many relations you can make which will contain these two elements as well as this condition should be satisfied. That means वो reflexive, symmetric होना चाहिए, but not transitive. So in order to make reflexive, how will you start with? You have to get all the three elements which are included in the set. 1, 2, 3 means you should have 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Then they are saying to include 1, 2 and 1, 3. So that also we'll write 1, 2 and 1, 3. Now you have to check for this one is okay, reflexive is okay. For symmetricity, what you will do? If you have 1, 2, what should you have here in this set? Agar 1, 2, 1. 2, 1 hona chahiye in order to make it symmetric. Now if 1, 3 is there, again you need
3, 1.
3, 1. Now can you say this is transitive? Agar main yahan stop kar rahi hu, including the two as well as their opposites in order to make it symmetric, then reflexivity also satisfied. You just check whether it is transitive or not. If yes, show it. If no, give me the example which is not giving you that transitive. One, 3 and 3, 1 you will take, 1, 1 you will get.
Yes, ma'am, it is transitive.
Is it? Yeah, check again, check again. If I'm taking this one and this one, that means this is taken as first because जहां से हम end कर रहे हैं वहां से start करना होता है. P1 belongs to R. 1, 2 also belongs to R.
Yes, ma'am, नहीं हो रहा.
But it does not imply that 3, 2 belongs. You can say that therefore R is not transitive. This is reflexive, it is symmetric, but it is not transitive. So one thing you got. Can you make another which is satisfying? See, अब आपके पास जो elements बाकी हैं, if I say, आपको देखना है ना अभी और होगा कि नहीं. For that, if I choose, यहाँ पे और कौन-कौन से elements आ सकते हैं R में, without looking at क्या होना चाहिए. You have 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1. Now you have 2, 3, 3, 2 जो बाकी बचा है, which can be formed by this. Okay, these three elements, जो आपके elements आ सकते हैं, वो मैं लिख रही हूँ. 2, 3, 3, 2, then और कौन सा है? बाकी है और कुछ? 3, 1. Okay, 3, 1 is already taken. Then now suppose if you are including these two elements. Okay, suppose मैं इसमें से एक element और add कर रही हूँ R में. देखो देखना है ना number of कितने आएंगे in order to satisfy these things. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 should be there. We know 1, 2 should be there. 1, 3 should be there because they need it. Now in order to make this symmetric, इतना भी आ गया. अब मैं देख रही हूँ कि अगर मैं एक और एलिमेंट ऐड करूँ तो मेरे को क्या क्या इस प्रॉपर्टी को सेटिस्फाई करने के लिए क्या क्या चाहिए. सपोज 2, 3 है, 2, 3 है तो क्या चाहिए इन ऑर्डर टू मेक द सेकंड वन. बिकॉज ये तो अब देखने की जरूरत नहीं है, रिफ्लेक्सिव तो हो गया. सिमेट्रिक के लिए 2, 3 अगर इसमें डाल दिया तो व्हाट आई नीड, I need 3, 2 also, no? Otherwise it will not be symmetric also. So for symmetricity, I need to include, if I'm including 2, 3, I need to include 3, 2 also in order to make this symmetric. Now when I include 3, 2 also, the system or the R which you have formed becomes automatically transitive. Understood? अब इसमें ऐसा कुछ नहीं है जो transitive नहीं देगा. So that's why we will get only one relation which is reflexive, symmetric as well as not transitive. Because if you include one more element, you will be forced to include this in order to make it symmetric, so that it is no more transitive also. That's why we are not considering this. We cannot consider this because it will not be then satisfying this condition. Therefore, you have only one relation which will be satisfying reflexivity, symmetricity, and not transitive. Understood? अब देख लीजिए यहाँ पे you will not get, I mean transitivity भी हो जाएगा यहाँ पे. Third condition will not be satisfied here. Okay. Let A is equal to set 1, 2, 3. You have to find out the number of equivalence relations containing 1, 2. So that set should include, that R should include 1, 2, and it should be equivalence relation. That means it should be all the three: reflexive, symmetric, as well as transitive. All the three should be satisfied by the R which you are forming. So first we will start with R is equal to, they are saying reflexive. Equivalence bola hai means तीनों चाहिए. So reflexive चाहिए means using this concept 1, 2, 3. For reflexivity we need 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. We have to include. Now one more element they are saying which is compulsory in this set. This element is 1, 2. Now if I am adding 1, 2 here, in order to make it symmetric, what I need to add? What I need to add for this? 2, 1 also?
2, 1.
2, 1. So this is actually forming a set or R in which all the three conditions are satisfied. Is the third condition satisfying here? You just check. I'm taking 1, 2, 2, 1. I will get 1, 1 here. Now again 1,
Yes,
2, 2, 2. Again I will get 1, 2. So sorry elements satisfy karenge transitivity also. So this is a relation which is equivalence. Now is there anyone else? Because यहाँ पे और भी R में और elements आ सकते हैं. That means A cross A में जितने elements हैं उनमें से R में आप कौन-कौन सा include कर सकते हो so that all the three are satisfied. Again we will search for anyway 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 आएगा. 1, 2 जरूरी है और 1, 2 है तो 2, 1 भी चाहिए. अब किसी और एलिमेंट को ऐड करके देखेंगे ताकि वो ट्रांसिटिव भी रहना चाहिए, सिमेट्रिक भी रहना चाहिए. रिफ्लेक्सिव तो हो गया, ठीक है. तो कोई और एलिमेंट लेते हैं. Suppose I am taking 1, 3. You have option for 1, 3 also in your A cross A. So 1, 3 लिया तो again I am forced to add, for symmetricity I am forced to add 3, 1 also, right? So these two elements are giving you transitivity also. 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 1. Okay, right. Any other pair you can check. 3, 1, 3, 3 will give you again. No, sorry, 3, 1. 3, 3, 3, 1 will give you again 3, 1. Okay. ऐसे चेक करना पड़ेगा आपको, ठीक है. नेक्स्ट, अब ये हो गया, ठीक है. नाउ इसमें स्टॉप कर सकते हैं या यू आर फोर्स्ड टू ऐड समथिंग. यू हैव 2, 1 एंड अगर मैंने 2, 1 और 1, 3 लिया, मैं यहाँ स्टॉप करूं कि नहीं ये सोच रही हूँ. अब मैंने अगर यहाँ पे चेक कर रही हूँ 2, 1 और 1, 3 लिया तो मेरे को 2, 3 भी चाहिए था और ये नहीं है इसमें. दैट मीन्स इट इज नो मोर ट्रांसिटिव. देन ये सेट रिफ्लेक्सिव है, सिमेट्रिक हो रहा है, बट इट इज नॉट ट्रांसिटिव इफ आई एम टेकिंग दीस टू एलिमेंट्स. 2, 3 आ रहा है. So I will have to add 2, 3 also in order to make it transitive. अब 2, 3 add हो गया तो और कौन चाहिए? In order to make it symmetric also, I need to add 3, 2 also. अब और कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है, सारे एलिमेंट्स आ चुके हैं एक क्रॉस एक के. So this is your second set which is again equivalence. Understood? So for equivalence ये तीनों सेटिस्फाई करना है, इसीलिए पहले हमने यहाँ तक ऐड किया, फिर एक एलिमेंट लिया, so that I was forced to add 3, 1 also. Now I checked whether it still this will be satisfying the condition or not. No, it was not satisfying. That's why I added 2, 3. Because when I take 2, 1 and 1, 3, I will get 2, 3. And that 2, 3 was not in the set. That's why I was forced to add 2, 3 in order to make it transitive. And when I added 2, 3, again I need to add 3, 2 in order to make it symmetric. So now it is equivalence. Okay, so you have altogether 2. अब और कोई है नहीं, बाकी नहीं बचा है A cross A में. So you don't have any other options. So you have how many relations which are equivalence? 2 relations. Okay, your option for 17th is B. Option B. Answer 2. 18th one is let the function f from R to R be the signum function. You remember what was signum function? Signum function yaad hai? We have drawn the graph also for that. Your function is having three values, only three values. F of x is equal to, so that x is coming from the real set. That means all the elements you have. Infinite number of elements you have in your first set, domain set. But for your codomain set, will be acting as your codomain, means that is your R. But your range will be only containing three elements, which are, you remember, which are they? 1 if x is greater than 0, 0 if x is equal to 0, and -1 if x is less than 0. This was the function. हाँ, याद है आपको कैसे ड्रॉ किया था? Here you made like this, और यहाँ पे ऐसे एक लाइन आएगा. When it is greater than 0, x is greater than 0, you had like this.
Yes.
ये open interval, I mean it is not included, hollow space था, और यहाँ नीचे ये 1 में है, ये -1 में है. Will be parallel to your x-axis. Like this it was. ठीक है ना? This was the function for your signum. Okay. Now here, what is the condition? What they are asking? So one function f is given as signum function. Second one is greatest integer function. Again, that we have discussed. Greatest integer function was, what is that? G. Again from R to R. Greatest integer function. The integer which will get out of that box will be less than or equal to that number. Okay, greatest integer function is the integer or the element, the number whichever you are taking. Because x is from R, you can take any number for x. Whatever number it is, its value will be less than or equal to that number. If it is an integer, it will come out as an integer. Otherwise, it will be a less than integer. But this should be an integer only. The answer which you will write will be. ये इंटीग्रल पार्ट ऑफ x होता है. यहाँ x लिखूंगी और यहाँ x लिखूंगी, मतलब क्या हुआ? यहाँ जो लिखोगे आप वो इंटीग्रल पार्ट है, इसलिए उसको ग्रेटेस्ट इंटीजर फंक्शन बोलते हैं, राइट? And that also it was a step function. You remember that step function?
Yes,
था ऐसे ऐसे आएगा. In which one was included and the other one was not included? Right side यहाँ पे include नहीं होता है, यहाँ include होता है. Here it is dark and here it is here also. Okay. तो यहाँ follow dark. याद है? I think. Now we have to go for does the function f composition g and g composition f coincide in 0, 1, where 1 is closed intervals, that is half closed and half open. आपको f composition g और g composition f check करना है. Coincide means they have the same value or not, they are asking. Okay. Does they coincide in which interval? 0, 1 closed. That means in between this 0 and 1, where 0 is not included, 1 is included. Okay, so 0 point से start होगा, 1 तक आएगा. इसमें कहीं पे भी ये coincide कर रहा है कि नहीं देखना है. तो हम पहले start करेंगे. Okay, f composition g of x. Okay, f composition g of x is f of g of x by definition. Now what is g of x? It is greatest integer of x. Now you just remember every time when we are using this. X क्या हो सकता है? It can be 0 point something or it can be 1 also. Now when I say I will just make it as a double function. Double function means इसका दो answer मैं लिखने जा रही हूँ. When x is 1, you will get one answer, and when x is in between 0 and 1, like this. 0 और 1 के बीच में होगा, तब आपको जो वैल्यू होगा वो और ये दोनों डिफरेंट है कि नहीं ये देखना है. ठीक है, यहाँ पे आपको क्या आएगा? f of whatever it is in between 0 point जो भी है, 0.5 है, 0.8, 0.9 जो भी है, आपका आंसर क्या आएगा for greatest integer? What will be that answer? Greatest integer functions. Greatest integer function says that if you have 0 point something, your answer will be what? What is your answer? 0. the maximum integer out of it, ये है आपका 0, ये है आपका 1. 0.1 जो भी है वो इसके बीच में आएगा. तो इसमें से किसका वैल्यू लेना है? ग्रेटेस्ट इंटीजर में लेफ्ट साइड हमने डार्कन किया था, राइट साइड वाज योर hollow. That means it will not give you one answer until and unless it reaches 1, right? अगर वो 1 होता, अगर ग्रेटेस्ट इंटीजर ऑफ 1 होता तो 1 आता. बट यहाँ पे जो मैक्सिमम इंटीजर पार्ट है आपको मिलेगा वो है 0. द अदर पार्ट इज योर डेसिमल पार्ट. So the answer will come out as 0. Whatever be in between 0 and 1, you will get the answer as 0. So मैं यहाँ 0 इसलिए लिख रही हूँ क्योंकि मुझे पता है कि x मैंने यहाँ 0 और 1 के बीच में लिया है. Okay? And what will be f of 0? F of 0 आप function में जाइए. F of 0 is when x is 0, you are getting f of 0 as. So the answer will be 0 like this. Now if I say x is 1 because it is closed interval, मतलब क्या हुआ? Open interval 0 1 भी है और 1 में भी है. तो 1 है तब आंसर चेंज होगा. तो here you will get f of, if it is greatest integer of 1, what you will get greatest integer of 1 is 1. So you'll get f of 1, and f of 1's value is what? f of 1 का वैल्यू कितना है? 1 is greater than है. हाँ, f of 1 मतलब f of a number which is greater than 0. So you'll get 1. So both the values are here. You have two different values for f composition g. अब हमें देखना है g composition f क्या होगा. Understood? What I am checking, you understood? F composition g of x देख लिया, मैंने इसमें भी देख लिया, यहाँ I am getting 0, और at the point भी देखा because it was closed interval. In some of the books I think it is open interval. अगर open interval है तो तब आपको इतना ही करना है. You need not go for these 3 steps. Okay? In my book I have closed interval. That's why I have taken like this. Because both will give you different answers. Conclusion different होगा. Understood? That's why. I'm just decomposition f of x. Decomposition f of x will be g of f of x, right? And the g of f of x, again, if I am taking the condition as if it is in between this and if it is 1. In between 0 and 1, if you have f of x, मतलब वो कैसे लोगे आप? हाँ? Yes, someone asked. What happened? F of x 0 to 1 के बीच में means it will be included in greater than 0, right? Because 0 equals to 0 में आपको 0 value है और यहाँ equal to 0 नहीं है. तो 0 less than x less than 1 means you will include in this one. So your f of is 1. F of x कितना आएगा? 1 आएगा, correct? Now what is g of 1? For greatest integer of 1 will be again 1. Understood? तो यहाँ पे check करो. F composition g of x was giving you 0 in between 0 and 1, and decomposition f of x is giving you 1 in between 0 and 1. Now if I check for this, if x is 1, what will be f of 1? f of 1 is again giving you, यहीं पे आएगा f of 1 मतलब, तो वो g of 1 नहीं आ रहा है और उसका आंसर भी 1. So when I say till this, if I check, both are not coinciding anywhere. But if I go for x equal to 1, both have the same value. Understood? Where the question changes. If your interval was 0, 1, then your answer will be they are not coinciding at any point because they have different values. Here you are getting 0 in between the interval, and here you are getting 1, value 1. But if I have taken like this, I have to check for at 1 also. There I have got the value to be equal. Decomposition f of x is 1. Again, f composition g of x is also 1. So I can say that functions f composition g and g composition f does not coincide anywhere except at x equal to 1. Understood? Doesn't coincide anywhere in the interval the function f of f composition g and g composition f doesn't coincide anywhere in open 0, 1, but at x equal to 1. So at x equal to 1, the function f composition g and g composition f both have the value to be 1. But in all other cases, that is in between 0 and 1, you have the values to be different. That's why they coincide doesn't coincide anywhere in the open interval, but at x equal to